Hi, I'm David Witter, founder and CEO of Financial Harvest Wealth Advisors, and I'm really excited that you decided to join us today on our journey through uncommon success, how family stewards produce intentional wealth. And if you are getting this video and aren't familiar with our book, Uncommon Success, it is a result of research that I did in 2013 where I interviewed 45 of some of the most successful people in money and business, but also their family stewards in the Central Florida community. And one of the questions that I got as I sat down with each of the interviewees, as well as for many people after I completed the book, was, David, why did you start this project? Why did you embark on this research and write this book? And the best way to explain that is with a story. So imagine that it's the summer between your sophomore and junior year in college, and you're home for summer break and you have a full-time job. And every evening that you get home from your job, your dad would be waiting there for you, and the two of you would just invest a couple hours in one of your favorite hobbies. And you just had that time together where you'd laugh and tell stories and ask questions about life, gain wisdom, and just learn new skills. And it was the best bonding time you ever had with your dad. And one evening in particular that stood out because it's toward the end of the summer, the next day you're actually going back to school and you're going to be gone for several months. And your dad sits down on the bench and he says, "Son, I have something to tell you. I'm planning to move out and divorce your mom." Many of you have heard those words and you know what it feels like. And I heard those words when I was 19. The range of emotions that you go through, anxiety and fear and confusion. But as I say, when there's adversity, it also opens up opportunity and intention. And to this day, I have the intention of never saying those words to my son or my daughter. A few weeks after I heard those words from my dad, I was on the phone with my mom and I said, "Mom, how are you doing? How are you coping?" And she says, "David, I'm really scared. Not only scared about not having your dad around, but I'm also scared about not having enough money. I'm really good at saving. I've got 10 years left as a teacher, but Dad didn't save and invest very much, and I have no clue how to invest money." There came my second intention. I began taking my elective courses out of the engineering school over at the business school and economics school for the purposes of learning about investments and portfolio analysis, and for the purposes of helping my mom and helping my own family with money. Little did I know that it would develop into a tremendous passion and career. All the way up to 2013, when the summer I was sitting down with our team and we were pondering, what has some people be not only very successful with money and business, but also very successful and satisfied with their family relationships? And that's how we embarked. We came up with 69 questions across 8 different categories, and I ventured out and I interviewed 45 family stewards. So who are they? Who were those that I interviewed? You can see here our sample pool. There was 100% of them were all millionaires. 44% of them had $5 million in net worth and higher, and 24% of them had $20 million in net worth and higher. So they're all very successful with money and business. And then as I started to venture into the questions, they were in 8 different fundamental categories. Started with you and your spouse. How did you align on money when it came to your marriage? What were some of your biggest obstacles? How about raising children, educating them? What about caring for aging parents? How did you maintain harmony with your career and life? What about your spiritual practices in giving and charitable giving? And what about leaving a legacy for future generations and years to come? So I invite you to continue with us. The series, the way it's going to go is with each of those categories in each chapter, I share some of the best practices and top concerns for those family stewards. And then I end each of the videos with a checklist for you to self-assess in those areas. What could you be doing with new intentions or new practices or new ways of thinking about furthering your success within those areas? So join me in chapter number 1, which is aligning with your spouse to be successful in your marriage and with money.